All right, here we are with part 7 of the Can We Trust Recruiting Rankings video series. Today I'm going to talk about USC. This video will probably be shorter than some of the others that I've done, mainly because USC is one of those schools that recruits very well anyway. I mean, even when they were going through their sanctions, when they were only getting like 15 recruits, they still were getting 5 4-star prospects. So there wasn't a lot of variance in terms of, how many recruits they were getting. Now, the interesting thing is that with that being said, they are one of those teams that get they're a beneficiary of the recruiting bump that I was talking about in the first video I did. The bump is, when they offer a guy, when they start recruiting a guy, that particular player starts to get much more interest. The rankings start to go up on this player. More teams start to offer scholarships. They're a beneficiary of that. And, their fans love it when they get to high recruits. So, more subscription sales, miscellaneous, yada, 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 all that comes into play. But there are some guys who were rated very lowly, end up being stars and starters and gone to be NFL talents for their team. And I'm going to start with some guys, a few guys from this year's team who weren't rated that high coming out, but they ended up being stars on the team. So just one guy from the 2012 recruiting class, Chad Wheeler. Uh, According to Rivals, 3-star. Scout, 3-star. ESPN, 3-star. 24/7 Sports, a 3-star prospect. Chad Wheeler, 6'7", big guy, athletic. Maybe not the strongest, maybe not the best overall left tackle in the country, but uh, secured this starting spot at USC offensive lineman to start for about 2 or 3 years. They had 5-star prospect Chuma Edoga come in last year, and he still kept his job. Chad Wheeler did, and so really shows you, how underrated guys are guys who they figure aren't developed enough or aren't talented enough can develop and become better than some of the already talented members that USC had on his team already. Moving on into skip a year and go to 2014, they got Malik Dorton and Uchenna Nwosu in the 2014 class. And both of these guys played big parts on this USC team this year. Malik Dorton on that defensive line, Nwosu also on that kind of outside linebacker slash defensive end spot that they play on the edge of their front. And he had quite a few tackles this year, helping that defense kind of get going. Malik Dorton on the inside, helping to keep things stuffed and to provide a little bit of push on the line, keep things disruptive. They both were pretty much three-star consensus across the board by Rival Scout, ESPN 24/7. Malik Dorton did have one exception with ESPN rating him a low 4-star. But other than that, both of these guys, 3-star, 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 3-star across the board. But they ended up being integral members of this team and started it. And, were beating out guys with higher ratings. 2015 had Deontay Burnett in the class. He was a redshirt freshman this past year. Small guy, played slot receiver for USC. Quick, fast, runs good routes, but it's a 3-star prospect across the board, according to Rivals, Scout, ESPN, and 24/7. Yet, see, this Deontay Burnett guy beat out, other receivers who, got higher ratings. Then you have 2016, this year's class, and I think I'm not sure Joshua Tu was a transfer, or I think he came from JUCO, so technically that is a transfer. So Joshua Tu on the defensive line put a lot of integral minutes in for USC this year. I think he may have even been starting at one point, but he came in 3-star prospect according to Rivals, 3-star prospect according to Scout. He wasn't ranked by ESPN, and that's another theme, if you remember from my last video, that continues. ESPN tends to not rank some of these guys, and they end up being some of the better recruits. So it seems you see these guys being ignored sometimes. And guys who are 3-stars, especially 2-stars, are basically put on the back burner. These camps or whatnot, they say, "Oh, we see a little something there, but we're really not going to pay too much attention, probably because they didn't come to the camps and whatnot." And so it's like, we'll just give them a rating, just to show that we saw them. And I think that happens way more often than they would like us to know. I mean, like you're saying, Joshua Tu, 3-star by everyone else, not ranked by ESPN, but all these guys play integral parts on the USC team this year. who developed and became really good talents. And that just shows you, like I said, it shows you one of the flaws of the recruiting metrics. And like I was talking to some other guys. It's not that the recruiting services just doesn't work at all. It's just that they do have some criticism. They have some flaws that need to be addressed in their system and the way that they do things in order for it to be a more effective platform. And also just need to fix that aspect of it where they're just making money from these kids um, coming to the camps and like in the rankings and their subscription sales and preying on the fans of these schools is not helping the kids at all. I think I'll be much more comfortable with the sites if their number one priority was helping the kids get their exposure rather than just making money for themselves. So yeah, this is just an example of a blue blood school. One of the big term examples, USC. Not a lot of examples, but like I said, they get a lot of 5-star, 4-star talent, but they do still have the same idea of these guys who are underrated, undervalued, didn't get rated because of probably didn't make it to camps, probably didn't get as much exposure, probably lived in areas where there wasn't a lot of people coming to see them, but they're better than some of the guys who were ranked much higher than they were. So thanks for paying attention, USC fans. If you got more examples, uh, put them in the comment section. Let me know what you think about these guys who come in. Tell me how much of an impact they made based on what you saw this season. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that today. Another video will be out the next day with another team. I'll probably do Arkansas next. And like I said, with National Signing Day coming up soon, I'm really enjoying doing this series. Thanks for paying attention. See you next time.